Hello. Hi, all of you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
So,
Good afternoon.
good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. So I hope you must be practicing and recording your voice and planning to take your test also, which you will have to submit on, I think on 28th December. Will it be okay to submit your recordings?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Sure, ma'am.
Okay. So now I'm sharing the screen with you. Yeah, now we are going to do numbers. So we would on the 54th number. 54. How will you pronounce 54?
Sankon Kadr.
Yes, very good. Sankont Katra. Yes. Yeah. And 55. Lata Ramesh, how will you pronounce 55?
Sankon Sang.
Very good. Tap codes 56. Arun Pandyan 56. How will you pronounce?
Sankon says.
Very good. Kalai Rasi 57. Devi Shri 57. How will you? Yeah.
Sankon set.
Cease. Sankon cease.
57, ma'am, I'm saying 57.
That's a
Sankon
50. Set. Sankon set. Yeah, 57
Yeah,
is Sankon set.
Sankon set.
Yeah, Sank. IN is pronounced as Sank. Ank. Sankon set. Okay. And 58 is pronounced as Sankon Veet. 59 is pronounced as 59 is pronounced as Sankont Naf. 60 is pronounced as what? Anybody remembers?
Swesson.
Very good. Swesson. 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 61. 61 is pronounced as Swesson Tean. Swesson Tean. 62 is pronounced as, just a second. 62 is pronounced as Swesson de. Swesson de. 63, who will tell me how to pronounce Devi Shri? What? So 63, how will you pronounce? Swesont Tua. 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 64 will be pronounced as Swesont Katra. Like the same way it will go. as it is in 51 is pronounced as Sankonte, 52 Sankonte. 60 में you'll start from 6 soissons, then soissonte, then soissons de, soissons trois, soissons trois, soissons quatre, soissons cinq, soissons six, soissons sept, soissons huit, soissons neuf, soissons dix. Achha, 70 is 5, 70 soissons dix. Any idea? First try to pronounce. Yeah. Yeah, soissons dix. Yeah. These. Like the way you pronounce C's, S-I-X. The same way these, D-I-X, these. And it is soissons these because, see, 60 is pronounced as soissons and 10 is pronounced as these. So you combine both and write soissons these. Soissons dash these. So it will be soissons these for 70. Okay? Other numbers I'll teach you later. Okay. Just a second. Now we will do the transport. Now, how will you pronounce this? Anybody? Yeah, how will you pronounce this? Devi, how will you pronounce this? Yes.
Transport.
Le
Transport.
transport. Le transport. A-N.
Transport.
See. A-N. A-N is pronounced as O. 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 So it will be transport. Transport. Okay?
Le transport.
Le transport. Very good. Tab codes, can you pronounce this?
Le transport.
Again?
Le transport.
Very good. How will you pronounce le velo? Le velo. Can you say le velo?
Le velo.
Very good. Very good. Le velo. Now see. Le velo. Arun Pandian, can you pronounce this? Kalairasi, can you pronounce this?
Le velo.
Very good. See, La Sharet. La Sharet.
Madam Bhuvaneshwari, admit Bhuvaneshwari, madam.
Okay, just a second. Yeah, I've admitted.
Thank you.
Okay. So now what was I saying? Yeah. Pronounce.
La Sharat.
Yeah.
La
La
Sharat.
Yes. See, now see the spelling.
Correct.
La Sharet.
Sharat.
Sharet. La Sharet. Okay.
La Sharat.
Now, what is this? How will you pronounce this? Anybody? Lata Ramesh?
La Moto.
La moto.
La Moto.
La Moto.
L-E-N. It's L-E. So it will be La Moto.
La.
Yeah, La Moto.
La.
Now, this is, let me see how many of you can pronounce. How will you pronounce this? Life Align. Please pronounce
Lavachu.
again. Again.
Lavachu.
Yes. La Voiture. Very good. La Voiture. Voiture. La Voiture.
White toe.
And this one. Love Buse. Love Buse.
Love you.
Bhuvneshwari, how will you pronounce this?
Yes.
Hmm? Again. Love Buse. Love Buse. Now, this how will you pronounce? Who will tell me? Tita, how will you pronounce this?
Lotry.
Latra. Latra.
Lotra.
Latra. Latra. Wherever there is A-I-N, you have to pronounce it as Latra. N is not to be pronounced and it has to be Latra. Latra. Anybody would like to try? Bhuvneshwari, how will you say this?
Lotra.
Very good. How will you pronounce this? Tab codes, how will you pronounce it? Wherever there is A, it has to be bato. Le bato. Le bato. Le bato. Devi, how will you pronounce this?
Love Batu.
Yes, good. Now this will be pronounced as, now this how will you pronounce? Yes, love you. Very good. Love you. It has to be pronounced as love you. Love you. L is also there. Love you. Love you. And this, can anybody try to pronounce this?
Helicopter.
Helicopter. Little difference. Helicopter. Here it has to. There's a lot of there's a lot of disturbance. Please mute all of you. Mute yourself. Yeah, now it's okay. Yeah. Yeah. Helicopter. Helicopter. Bhuvneshwari, can you pronounce this?
Helicopter.
Again. Again, Bhuvneshwari.
Helicopter.
Helicopter. Ter. Okay, helicopter.
Helicopter.
Yes. Devishri, try to pronounce this.
Helicopter.
Very good. Lilikopter. Now this is, how will you pronounce this?
Love you.
La
Love
fuse.
you.
La fuse. E has to be pronounced as A because there's an accent in the right hand side. So la fuse. La fuse. Always see the accents. Like here it is the E in the right hand side. So it has to be pronounced as fuse. Lifeline, how will you pronounce this?
Love you.
La fuse.
Love you. Say.
You say.
Fuse. One S is there, so it will be
Say.
Z, pronounced
Love
as
you.
Z.
Say.
Fuse.
Love you. Say.
Fuse. Yes. Kaliracy, how will you pronounce this?
La fuse.
La fuse.
La
You have to pronounce till one E only. This E is not to be pronounced.
Okay. La
So it-
fuse.
La fuse. This
La
E,
fuse.
La fuse, try. And this one. This who will try? Maheshwari, can you try to pronounce this?
La betu vapio.
La
Le,
bato.
le bato.
La batu. Bato.
Vapor.
Yes. Le, yes, little bit right. Le bato. First, it is not to be said as batu. It is bato. Le bato.
La batu.
A vapor.
Vapor.
Per.
La
Vapor.
batu.
La batu a vapor.
Le bat. Just a second. Le bato.
Le
EAU. Le bato a vapor.
La batu.
La batu a vapor.
Yes.
Vapor.
A vapor is correct. A is okay. Le bato. Try and say O instead of U. It is O. EAU is pronounced as alphabet O, not U. Okay. Le bato o a vapor. Bhuvneshwari, how will you pronounce this?
Le batu a vapor.
Yes. Try and practice your O. Like EAU has to be pronounced as alphabet O and not U. Now, how will you pronounce this, Devishri?
Le metro.
Le metro.
Le metro.
Le metro.
La matru.
See, here you can see an accent and E in the right hand side. So it will be pronounced as A. So it will be le metro. Okay?
Le metro.
Yes, good. Now, just a second. What is your name? How will you say in French? You will say comment tu t'appelles. Comment tu t'appelles. Can everybody try? Lata Ramesh, how will you say comment tu t'appelles? Comment tu t'appelles. I will write it here. Comment tu t'appelles. Now can you pronounce?
Como tu topel.
Como is right. Tu. You have to say tu. tu t'appelles?
Tuto pel.
Comment tu t'appelles?
Como tuto pel.
Yes, good. Comment tu t'appelles? Tu, like the way you say you. Comment tu t'appelles? Tap codes, can you say comment tu t'appelles?
Como tuto pel.
Very good. Arun Pandian?
Como tuto pel.
Very good. So this way, there's a song on this. Como tu t'appelles? Como tu t'appelles? Comment tu t'appelles? So keep humming this so that you remember the pronunciation of this word. Como tu t'appelles? Como tu t'appelles? Como tu t'appelles? Bhuvneshwari, how will you say this?
Comment tu t'appelles?
Comment tu t'appelles?
T'appelles.
Devi, how will you say this?
Como tu t'appelles?
Yes, como tu t'appelles. Now, if you have to say my name is, so you will say je m'appelle. Je m'appelle. Je m'appelle. Je m'appelle. Devishri, how will you say?
Shama pel.
Okay, okay. Kalai Rasi, how will you say je m'appelle?
Jama pel.
Je m'appelle. Try and say
Je
je instead of je. Try to say je. Je m'appelle.
Jama pel.
Yes, good.
Jama pel.
Now, you are in which class if you have to ask somebody? So you'll ask, quelle classe es-tu? Quelle classe
Quelle
es-tu?
class est
Es-tu?
Quelle class es-tu? Es-tu?
Yes. Yes, es-tu. Quelle classe es-tu? Just a second. Life Align, can you pronounce this?
Class itu.
Again.
Ken class itu.
Yes, quelle classe es-tu? Now, if you have to say, I am in first class. So, how will you say? Anybody? Would anybody like to try?
Jesus in first class.
Je suis en première classe. One is called première in French. So you will say je suis en première classe.
Premiere
Je,
class.
yes, I'm writing première. Je suis en première classe. Kalairasi, can you say je suis en première classe?
Je suis a premiere class.
Yes, keep practicing this, all of you. Je suis en première classe.
Je suis a premiere class.
Yes. See, I said je suis en Z, S and D I have linked together because this word starts with a vowel E. So je suis en, I made it. Instead of S, you say Z. So say je suis en première classe. Devi, can you say je suis en première classe?
Je suis en première classe.
Yes, je suis en première classe. Now, how old are you? How old are you? You have to say quelle âge as-tu? Sita, can you say this?
Quel age has to?
Quelle âge as-tu?
Quel age has to?
And not as, you have to pronounce it as a. S is not to be pronounced. Quelle âge as-tu?
Quel age as tu?
Tu. Like the way you say
Tu.
you. Quelle âge as-tu? Again.
Quel age as tu? At
Quelle âge as-tu? Again.
quel age as tu?
Very good.
Quel age as tu?
Very good. Bhuvneshwari, can you pronounce this?
Quel age are you?
Very good. Like, and here you have to tell your age. Like I am 5 years, I'm 10 years, I'm 17 years, anything. J'ai 17 ans. Like you have to say j'ai 17 ans. Then. Okay. J'ai or dash ans. Okay, you have to tell your years. Like you say, I am any, type in anything. J'ai 4 ans. Okay. So how will you say j'ai 4 ans? Tab codes, can you say j'ai 4 ans?
J'ai 4 ans.
Very good. Devi Shri, can you say j'ai 4 ans? J'ai 4 ans. Can you say? Anybody? Devi Shri, Devi, Kalai Rasi. Anybody?
J.
J. Katro.
Very good. Now, what is your nationality? How will you say say this? Maheshwari, can you pronounce this?
Quel está
Okay, Kel is fine. Kel A. T you don't have to pronounce. Kel A, just a second. Kel A. Ta nas. This will be pronounced as nationalite. See, A will be pronounced as A. So it will be nationalite. Okay,
nacionalite?
very good. So now try and say Keleta nationalite.
Quelico nacionalite?
Keleta nationalite. Again,
Quelita nacionalite?
see, nationalite is correct. Ta is correct. Kel eta, like the word A. Alphabet A.
Quelita.
Yeah. Kel eta
Kel-
nationalite. Again.
Quelita nacionalite?
Yes.
Quelita nacionalite?
Instead of nationalite, try to say nacionalite. Nacio. S. S.
Nacionalite.
Nacionalite. Lata Ramesh, can you say this? Again. Yeah.
Quelita
nationalite.
Yes. Keleta nationalite. And how will you say this? I am Indian.
Suiza Indian.
Je suis Andi. Je suis I, and you know how to pronounce. How do you pronounce I again? Je suis indien. Andien. First, just pronounce till here. Like here. And then we will pronounce this word later. Je suis indien. Can you say je suis indien?
Je suis
Jésus
indien.
ancien.
Sita, can you pronounce this? Je suis indien.
Je suis indien.
Andien. N is not to be pronounced. It's the nasal sound. Okay? Je suis indien. Like if it is a male, he will say, I am Indian. So he will say, je suis indien. But if it is a female, he will say, je suis indienne. Okay? For a female, it is indienne. For a male, it is indien. Male, indien. Female, please note this down. Indienne. Okay. For female, it is indienne. INDIE. And for male, it is INDIEN. Okay. So supposing I'm asking the male one. So Kalairasi, can you say Je suis indien?
Je suis indien.
Very good. Devishri, can you say Je suis indienne?
Je suis indien.
Indienne. Je suis indienne. Okay, keep practicing this. Where were you born? So this is, can anybody try this?
Yes, tune.
What did you say?
Yes, tune.
Can't hear you properly. Just a second. Yeah, now say. Say anybody. It is U A tune. U A tune. Arun Pandya, can you pronounce this?
Who ate you?
Yes, U A tune. Where were you born? It means. Bhuvneshwari, can you pronounce this? Yes, very good. U A tune. Lata Ramesh.
U-K-S-U.
U A tune.
U. Ne.
Yes, U A tune. Now, if you have to say I was born in, so how will you say that? Je suis né à. I means je. Je. So you will say je suis né à, and wherever you were born, like in Delhi, in Pondicherry, anything you can say. Tap course, how will you say je suis né à?
Jésus né à.
Je suis,
Né à.
yes, je suis né à. When were you born? When means quand. 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 Okay? Quand es-tu né? Quand es-tu né?
Quand es-tu né?
Very good. Kalairasi, can you say this?
Con tune.
Yes. Yes. Quand es-tu né? I was born on like your birthday, like 9th January, and whenever you were born, you can write the date. Je suis né dash. Je suis né.
Nea.
Je suis né. Life line, can you say je suis né?
Jaswini.
Very good.
Jasuni.
Yes.
Jasuni.
Je suis né.
Ne.
Now, how will you say where do you live? Can anybody try to pronounce this?
Who habitu?
The H is silent in French. So you don't have to pronounce H. H is not to be pronounced. So you have to say U habitu. Okay?
Who habit? Yes.
Okay. Bhuvneshwari, pronounce this.
Habitu.
Yes. U habitu. U habitu. Now you have to pronounce I live at number street dash any street name in dash. So how do you pronounce this? J'habite au nombre, like this word. Full word is nombre. Nombre. Arun Pandyan, can you pronounce j'habite au nombre?
J'habito nombre.
Nombre. Nombre.
Nombre.
Nombre. Time is going to be up in 3 minutes, okay? And Bhuvneshwari, can you pronounce Ryu? Ryu? Ryu. Ryu. Devi, can you pronounce Ryu? Ryu? Ryu. Yeah, Ryu. And A. This is to be pronounced as A. In is to be pronounced as A. A. Devishri, can you pronounce A? So it is now full you have to pronounce J'habito nombre, nombre, Ryu, A. Okay? Who will pronounce fully? Sita, can you pronounce fully?
J'habito nombre, Ryu, A.
Okay, good. Life Align, can you pronounce this? Yes. Jabit.
Sombre, Rio, A.
Very good. And all of you try to understand that it is nombre, not nombre. Nombre. What is your telephone number? How will you say that in French? Anybody would like to try? Kalai Rasi? Okay, I'll say, quel est ton numéro de téléphone? Just a second. I didn't put this. Quel est ton numéro de téléphone? There is an accent in the right hand side in E. Please note that. In E, there's an accent in the right hand side. So it has to be pronounced as téléphone. Quel est ton numéro de téléphone? Okay.